نحن لن نستسلم، ننتصر أو نموت.
أضحى الإسلام لنا دينا وجميع الكون لنا وطنا.
الحمد لله رب العالمين، نحمد الله سبحانه حمدا عباده الشاكرين، ونصلي ونسلم على رسولنا الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم. أما بعد, I would like to relate to you a story about Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam and the 3 loaves of bread. The Prophet Isa alayhi salam one day was walking with his disciples, and there was a man amongst them. Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam got hungry, and this man that was amongst them, Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam gave him the money to go to the market to purchase the loaves of bread and a meal to go with it. Until then, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Isa went into prayers. As the man was coming back from the market with the food, he noticed Sayyidina Isa in prayers, and he said to himself, I can't wait until Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam finishes prayers. So the man took it upon himself and ate the loaf of bread. He ate one of those loaves. Alayhi salam completed his prayers and noticed there were only 2 loaves of bread. Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam said, where's the 3rd loaf of bread? The man said, by Allah, there's only 2 loaves of bread. Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam stood quiet. He knew the man was lying. So Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam went up to an animal and slaughtered it, and of course the animal died, while this man that was lying witnessing everything that was happening. And Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam told this animal to become alive by the will of Allah, and the man that was lying witnessed this. After this happened, Sayyidina Isa turned to the man and asked him again, where is the 3rd loaf of bread? The man said, by Allah, there's only 2 loaves of bread. Some people, it is their nature to lie. There was no reason for this man to lie, but he took it upon himself to lie. Lying leads to wickedness, and wickedness leads to hellfire. So the Prophet Isa alayhi salam took the man and said, come on, let's go across the river so we can reach the other side of the bank. And the man said to Sayyidina Isa, we don't have a boat, how are we going to walk and get over there? Sayyidina Isa said, just come along. So Sayyidina Isa took this man and they walked on the surface of the water as if they were walking on land, on dry land. When they reached it, Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam said, by this ayat that you have seen, the animal that was revived by the will of Allah, and us walking on the surface of the water, by these ayat, where is the 3rd loaf of bread? The man said, by Allah, there's only 2. Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam stood quiet. They walked along, and Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam grabbed 3 small piles of dirt, and those 3 piles turned into pieces of gold by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Sayyidina Isa said to the man, 1 pile is for me, and the other pile of gold is for you, and the 3rd pile of gold will be for the man that ate the bread. And the man that was lying all along said, I ate the bread. For because of dunya, people are willing to sell themselves very cheap for this world. Sayyidina Isa said, you can have all 3 piles of gold, but leave us, you can't stay with us, because of what type of a man he is. So the man took off. 3 bandits followed him and killed him and took his gold. And moving along, these 3 bandits said they were hungry and sent one of them to go get food. As this man that was going to go purchase the food for their companions, he was saying to himself, let me kill my other two companions so I can keep their share of the gold. And on the other side, those two companions that were waiting for him to bring the food were plotting to kill him as he came back so they can split the gold, his share of the gold amongst them. So the man bringing the food back, he put a poison in the food. So as soon as the man came with the food, they caught him and murdered him. And they split the gold amongst them and ate the food that he brought. As soon as they ate the food, they also dropped dead. The day after, Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam and his disciples were walking past, and he noticed the man that was originally lying to him about the loaf of bread has been murdered. Walked along and see three men murdered. And Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam turned and told his disciples, this is the dunya. Enter this dunya, but don't build it as if you're going to be living here permanently. Don't build this dunya while destroying your akhirah. This story is not about the bread. It's about the belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and preparing ourselves to leave this earth to meet Him subhanahu wa ta'ala jalla jalaluh. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows better and best. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
أضحى الإسلام لنا دينا وجميع الكون لنا وطنا توحيد الله لنا نور أعددنا الروح له سكنا أضحى الإسلام لنا دينا وجميع الكون